Here we are, guys.
All right. What's up, everybody? We are live. Welcome to another R.O.C. Hangout. We come to you live each and every single week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel. I'm Harrican BX. I'm your host for this evening. Before I introduce the rest of the panel, I'd just like to tell you that if you're watching us live, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And if you'd like, please share the video, help spread the word of R.O.C., get more viewers to this show, and have them join the community. We want to put the word out there for everybody. So, guys, also just for a reminder, audio version of this podcast is also available to subscribe to and download on iTunes and Podcast Addict, as well as through our website, www.realmofcollectors.com. If you're watching us live on YouTube, please hop into the live chat below, chop it up with the rest of the R.O.C. fam. Usually that chat, along with a link to this video, is posted in our Realm of Collectors Facebook group. So with that out of the way, let's say what's up to our panel. First up, Energon Addict. How you doing, brother?
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Happy Tuesday, man. Happy Tuesday, bro.
Good.
How you doing?
Babe, can you get me a beer out of the freezer?
That's what I like to hear.
You got the pants on, Dave. You got the pants on.
I actually don't. I'm just kidding.
Too much info.
What's up, y'all? Are we doing what we got? We doing what we got?
Yeah. Tell me how you doing. What you got?
I'm doing good because I'm with y'all. It's Tuesday. I'm happy. Right. I'm with my boys. I finally got this motherfucker after long fucking deliberation. I finally got Phoenix. He's great.
Nice.
He's cool. Same gripes everybody has. I think he could do with a little more paint and fucking detailing, but other than that, he's pretty cool. And shout out to Ace. He's going to complain about the ankle rockers, so I got to mention that too. Definitely need some ankle rockers on that motherfucker because he doesn't move for shit. Like, he's basically limited to what you can do with him. I actually got something non-Transformer related. I actually got two of them. I only unboxed one, so I'm going to show you guys what it is. I went down another rabbit hole. I got the NECA Turtles.
Is that your first one, Dave?
I have this one. I have Raph, so I gotta
Raph.
get Don and Mike when it comes out. When he comes out.
Your wife must be like, what the fuck are you,
dude? So they came yesterday, right? She was in the backyard, watering the lawn and the flowers or whatnot. And I took one out of the box and I put it against the glass. And you could just read her lips because I couldn't hear her. And she's like, what the fuck? It's like, then right after that, it's, did you need that? And I'm like, yes. She's like, no.
You can make them lawn gnomes, Dave. You can put them out in the lawn and just hang out.
It's funny you say that, Dom. I actually have lawn gnomes in the back. I got one that's like, it says Game of Gnomes, and he's sitting on the Iron Throne with fucking lawn fucking, lawn fucking spikes and shit, shovels and shit coming out. But I went down. I just listen, man. The Instagram, I'm a sucker for some nice pictures, and people take amazing pictures of these things. And I actually spoke to Bobby about it, and he's like, man, people with all the stuff I have, people come to stop at these, and they're like, holy shit, they look real. Because a lot of people can relate to turtles. Not everybody knows other characters that we know, but everybody knows what a fucking Ninja Turtle is.
Yeah, it's like, even if you're not that into the shit, you know them, because they heard them. So. Yeah.
And this thing probably weighs a good 5 or 6 pounds, I would say. At least 5 pounds. It's heavy.
It does.
It's like I can Gary, you can curl this thing.
Dude,
you could actually curl this thing.
Yeah. Dave showing off his bicep. Go ahead, look at it.
Oh, nah, we got G Money now. G Money's the bodybuilder of the crew now. But and Barricade's not here. We gotta shout out Tommy with his fucking pythons.
Yeah.
But I mean, aside from that, that's it really. I didn't get much else. I'm looking forward to saving money now for TFcon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, next up, Big Dom. What's up, bro?
What's going on, guys?
Dom?
What's happening?
I went on a Marvel Legends spree, I guess you can say. I was able to. I got the second wave of Guardians of the Galaxy. I really enjoy the figures. They're great. And then I found the the Netflix Daredevil Punisher wave at GameStop. So I was able to get all that whole wave there. They've just been hitting out this past week, so they should be hitting your GameStops soon. And then I was able to pick up the 2-pack, Spider-Man and Iron Man from the Homecoming movie.
All right.
I found that at Toys R Us.
Huh.
And then I got this bad boy, Generation Toys.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Very cool.
He is nice looking.
Yeah, he's so good.
That's so good.
That's a
I
good
remember
figure.
Brian saying that last night. He said he was pretty happy with it also.
Yeah. It's. I didn't get the other one. I waited to see which one was better out of these two, so I went with the Generation Toys since I heard a lot of good stuff about it. I also picked up the Generation Toys, the mini Megatron and the mini Optimus.
Okay, nice.
The Legend figures. I'm a Legend collector. Small scale.
I like that. Those originally, when those came out, you had to build them, right?
You had to build. Yeah, I think you had to build the Megatron. I think the Optimus is the first time ever they released it.
All right.
I think they did a build a figure for Megatron and for Grimlock, I think.
Yeah. All right, that's cool that they actually give you the set right there and they're fully built and painted. That's pretty awesome.
And then I got this guy, which was hard to get. It's the Black Convoy, Titan Returns Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah, that's sold out quick.
Tokyo. Yeah, it was the Tokyo exclusive. This was the first run, but they did make a second run of the figure. So I think it went on Anime Expo up that second wave or second run, and that sold out already. So it was a hard to get figure. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a sought after figure, dude.
I think the second wave went on BBTS, that sold out, but I think the only vendor that I saw was TF Source still has a couple of them left.
Yeah.
Or a few of them left. And then that's about it. I did get I did empty out my my BBTS load. They were calling me and saying, you gotta get this. You gotta ship all this crap out. So.
Your 6 months are up.
Yeah.
They put the ship your loot, motherfucker.
They were gonna charge me. They were gonna start charging me rent. So I said, okay, ship it out. Ship it out.
Tom had a corner of their warehouse and shit.
So I got like 2 big boxes that I haven't even gone through. So I'll wait. I'll save that for next show.
All right. Sweet. Well, thanks for popping on, man. The past week treat you well. Everything all good?
Yeah, good. But two of those items in that box are those turtles. I got Leonardo and Raphael in that box. Yeah.
You're in too. You're in too, huh?
Copycat. I bleed.
You couldn't leave it for me, right, Dom? You couldn't leave it for me.
I bleed green, man. I have them in my front lawn though. They're no lawn gnomes for me, man. Just chill out,
Oh man, cool, man. Thanks for sharing.
No problem, man. Thanks, guys.
All right, next up, G Money. What's happening, bro?
Everything is good, man. How are you guys doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Everything's great. Everything's good. Glad to be here tonight.
Awesome.
Gary, we're happy.
Yeah.
Fresh.
So I picked up someone on this panel kind of swayed me. So I picked up the movie Masterpiece Bumblebee.
And I ain't gonna say who did that.
Exactly. So it's a good example of maybe a future topic of some photos that kind of sold me on it when I saw how good it could look. I couldn't get mine to look quite that good in alt mode, so we'll see. I'll play it a little bit more.
Somebody photoshopped that shit. You just
don't know. And then I picked up the Play Arts Kai, that Wolverine, that real stylized one.
Sweet.
Oh, that looks good. That looks really good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing was kind of new for me. It's kind of my first venture into this is, and I did a lot of research and kind of deciding which character to try. Was the Hot Toys Michael Keaton Batman, the Batman Returns kind of 2-pack. It came with him and Bruce Wayne. So it's pretty awesome. I pulled a Tim. I kind of opened the box, pulled off the cover, got to check them out for a few minutes, and then I haven't had a chance to mess with it too much. So that's my first foray into the Hot Toys figures. Wow. So we'll see how that goes.
What's your first impression? Just kind of like, taking them out the box, looking at them. Like, what do you think?
Listen, I will say this. All the pictures I've ever seen of these things, it's impressive, the amount of accessories that came with it. I keep looking at it over there. And the likeness, is kind of, that's my favorite kind of movie version of Batman. It gives me the feels that we talk about, kind of from the '89 movie. Yeah. And then into the sequel, obviously. So I'm pretty excited. I'm hoping it doesn't open up a a new avenue where I can really be super, super selective with it. But I figured I'd just start with the one character I know I'd really, really like. So, all right. Yeah, so it's good.
Not a bad idea.
Sweet.
Cool. Man.
That's it. Thanks. Yeah, that's it for me. Thanks.
All right. Next up, Russ the Muss. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, guys? No, I didn't get too much. All I got was this guy. I got Beetle because, well, he was one of my favorite villains. So, and they put him on sale, and I was like, oh, cool, $15, I'll take it. And I've been really having fun with this guy. He's cool, man. I like his wings and shit, so it's cool.
Who was he a villain of?
Spidey.
Oh,
but I think I've only seen him fuck with Spider-Man. I don't know if anyone else, if he's battled anyone else though. I don't know if it's only Spider-Man he would get, involved with. He's the one. He's got a daughter and all that. And I don't know. I don't care about his daughter. She's just a fake. But it's the real deal, right? And and that's about it. I didn't get anything else. I've just been a slow week for me, man. I've been on vacation, dude, all last week bullshitting around. So I hardly had any time to look for toys. It's been too much fun, man.
Sweet, man.
Each getting sunburned, but But that's it.
That's dope, man. That's what you want to do on vacation. Relax, chill out.
That's it, man. I did a lot of that. Too much, maybe.
Never.
Hard to go back to work. Yeah, that's true. You can never get too much.
All right, sweet. Next up, Tim K. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up,
How
Tim?
are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Long day ahead, but it's okay. I will then stay out a few hangouts, just trying to get back into work. So yeah, otherwise I'm pretty good. Thanks. Glad to be here.
Awesome.
So
man. Thanks for joining us.
anytime. So yeah, I got this guy today. I waited for it about a month. That the Bandai Tamashii spec Soul of Shogokin Evangelion. Oh, that's a pretty nifty figure.
That looks good.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's got double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. You can really get pretty deep bends, and you can exchange the whole armor and show the base body below, and you get that pretty dope shield with it.
Oh, it's tight, dude.
That looks cool.
You got a little hole in here where the EVA 01 fired through. You can split this apart with the core shield and then put this back in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, doing some photos of that too. Pretty much looking forward to it. Waited a month for this now. So yeah, that's it for me.
what does it transform into?
Nothing. Right.
Yeah, and that's a Soul of Shogokin. He said so. That's the one that's a little bit pricier on the spectrum. How much did that run you, if you don't mind?
Yeah, no problem. That went for about 70. That was a bit lower. The blue one from the original series is going for 120 now. This is pretty much even more. It runs a bit lower on accessories, but you can get these particle cannon they went into the scene with. I need to check how this goes. I want to get this on top. But this that was cool. I saw the offer. I pulled the trigger.
Hey, awesome.
So, yeah, that's actually pretty good because the Soul of Shogokins are usually 3 figures or more. So for $70, that's not bad. That's more in line with the Super Robot Shogokins.
Yeah, especially the spec ones because they have so much die cast. The thighs are die cast. The lower legs were die cast, and you can exchange this part with the battle damage one. It's exchangeable head and all this stuff. Cable with it. So yeah, $70 was quite a steal, like you said, for the Soul Shogokin. Definitely.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Yep. Very happy.
All right. Next up, Brian Brink, the Analyzer. What's up, man?
What's up, people? How you guys doing? Sorry I'm late.
No worries.
It's all good. It's all good. What's happening?
Oh, man. Lots happening. It's a good week so far. What is it, Tuesday only? Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Oh, man. So, real quick, what did I got? I went crazy. I got Generation Toys Prime, KO Ultra Magnus. I got some Batman Animated. I got the Girls Night Out, which doesn't come with accessories for anybody who's wondering. So that sucks. the Batman and Robin signal set because they come with soft capes because you got to get them to sit into a Batmobile that'll eventually show up. And
soft goods.
Yeah.
Dabbling in that.
I got the Man Bat and Catwoman's from both the new Batman Adventures and the original animated series.
That Man Bat alone has a pretty big box already. I saw on your hall page.
Yeah,
That's insane.
He's got a big wingspan. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool, dude.
And I got X-Transbot's Hoist, which I am pleasantly surprised with. It's really nice.
That's a cool figure.
You like that? You like it, right?
I do.
Oh, you're making me feel good about these stunts. I'm sorry to make it into it.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I like my car bots to have is a finish for their car mode and stuff. But X-Transbots does that polished plastic, so it's nice. It really is. So it'll tide me over to either see whatever the horribly super tuned Takara one is, or the maybe so-so Fans Toys one is. I don't know. We'll see. But they'll hold me over till then. And also from Gary, good Gary, I got Coolsville, which I can only get into this part of car mode. I can't get them. I can't get them to go any further. Gary,
dude, I never transformed that guy.
All right.
That's a Toy World, Jazz?
Yeah. So if I can get it transformed, it'll be like really awesome. But I have to say they put a lot of love in this thing. It's painted through and through, not only detail, but like everything is painted. And it's kind of if you ever had Generation Toys Jazz, whatever, their IDW version, which has like kind of like that pearlescent kind of finish on it. This thing has that. I mean, it's quite fantastic. When I saw the finished images, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get this. And Gary was, going into his 89 Batman foray and needed some money. So he started selling stuff. So went and did that. And so thanks, Gary. And Gary also, saw that I was on a Batman animated kick. So this guy showed up in there too. Bonus. Thanks, man.
Nice.
And also, one thing I forgot to mention yesterday was when I was out at these toy hunts was I picked up a Game of Thrones Hound because
you know what? He's one of the best characters on that shit.
I agree.
Dude, I remember. I don't spoilers for anyone who's like behind by 3 seasons, but I remember when everybody thought he was dead, and I was like, you know what? We never saw him dead. And they're like,
I said the same thing to my girlfriend. I said the same thing. And then he showed up.
So there he was. Yeah, I like that guy. He's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Good get, man.
Nice, nice. And it's a pretty sweet haul for those Batman the animated series. Like I've always wanted to get into those, but it's just the lack of articulation that stops me. But they look freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean they're straight out of the show, and that really is my Batman because I was never really into comics. I mean, 89 Batman, arguably. I dressed up like Batman for Halloween with the as best as we could to the Keaton outfit, but no, when that animated series came out, I just fell in love, and so even if they're not that posable, I'm trying to go completist, I think, on these as best I can, and fortunately, they're not all that popular, so you can get them for under retail in a lot of spots.
Brian, did you decide on which Batmobile you think you might go with?
Yes, I went with one that was on sale for $50 for the slightly damaged box.
Oh, fantastic! Even better.
Nice.
Yes, that is the one I went with.
That's awesome, though, dude. If you can find a deal like that, that's cool.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So,
I like that stuff.
So I did that. Yeah, so I look forward to actually going full completist on a collection. It's something I've never done, so that's kind of cool.
That's an awesome collection, too, to complete, man.
Yeah.
I dig it. Very nice, Brian. Very nice.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. And as for myself, I didn't get any new pickups this week, so I'm just glad to be here with you guys and hang out for a little bit, discuss some TFcon news.
Yep.
What? What do you mean? A convention happened this week?
Yes. Whoa, think so. So let's talk about that, guys. Just this past weekend in Toronto, TFcon Toronto 2017. All weekend just getting bombarded with picks. Shout out to Tyler F. Shout out to John G. Shout out to Shattercast Uncut. Everybody that was posting pictures, man. It was just great just to be able to kind of see what was going on up there.
Yeah.
And kind of like, getting all the scoops of what was happening, even though we couldn't actually be there in person. So, I think everybody kind of saw what was up and, got their favorites, things they want to talk about. So let's just go round robin. You can discuss your likes, your dislikes, and tell us what you're looking forward to out of what you saw. So that goes for everybody in the chat, too. Everybody watching, you got to see all the pictures. Let us know what you liked from TFcon. And I'll be keeping an eye on the chat and reading out your answers. So first up, Dave, what do you like?
Yo. Gee, put me on the spot.
I gotta keep you sharp.
You guys know I'm a big reformatted line. Like I'm a completionist with that. So I own everything that MMC's made so far with that reformatted line, with the exceptions of those one-off special edition ones, like the all white or all black shit that came out. But I'm looking forward to those. Pretty much, I hope to get that TFcon Toronto exclusive that they dropped, that Shattered Glass Rodimus.
Oh, yeah,
I hit up everybody I knew at fucking Toronto, and everybody was like, it's sold out in half an hour, only allowed one. And I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm hoping that I check Planet Steel Express every fucking half hour to see if they throw it on there.
Because they only got half their shipment, right? Is that what happens?
Yeah, right. All the time.
Isn't that always what happens anyway?
Those damn people.
Yeah, actually, that figure was. I think that was one of the first things that was coming out from the convention. I think pics of that was dropped on Friday,
right?
And stuff like that, real high resolution images and stuff. So that I was pretty wowed by that also. And that Calidus figure is great. I got that right here. It's always close by. I'm always messing with it. It's a really fun piece to mess with. So
I think that's my favorite thing about that is that you can play with those all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's MMC tends to do that a lot. A lot of their shit they make, you can just fuck with it all the time. It's not too complicated. It's just fun. So.
Yeah, unless it's Voss, you gotta be careful with him. But other than that, everybody else you can fuck with.
That's true. Voss, you just put in a pose and leave him alone.
Yeah, you transform him to gun mode. You might lose a leg or an arm or something.
For real. Don't move.
Nah, but it was good to see a lot of that stuff. Honestly, for me, I'm trying to keep it low key with MP scaled stuff, so I'm gonna actually wait till the stuff comes out. So yeah, it's cool to see the pictures, but I'm gonna wait. But the MMC stuff, you can show me a picture, it don't matter, I'm buying that motherfucker.
Man, cool.
Yeah. What do you think of their bulkhead, the remold of that Titanica?
I think it looks good, but it's another remold. So now I have it in Titanica, I have it in Roadbuster, and now I'll have that one too. So
so you're all in on the line, you'll buy all of them?
Yeah, everything. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah. They're reformatted. That's it. That's one thing that Energon Addict's gonna finish.
Yeah. I was actually like that with MMC too, but then just certain pieces, I was just I could pass on that. I could pass on this, So I'm still getting pieces here and there, but I'm not picking up everything. But I used to be all in on that line.
Yeah.
Be a little bit, pick and choose, what I'm saying? Try to, be a little bit better budget-wise.
So, Dave, I admittedly don't know a lot about that storyline, but what did you think of that little pet creature thing that turns into a robot?
I didn't. Well, I don't need it to turn into a robot because he looks like my father's Uncle fucking Louis. You know what I mean? Hey, Tío Louis. But in the pet mode, he looks dope, and I couldn't wait for them to. We already know they're gonna do the rest of the DJD because they have renders out of the other two big bots, so they needed to do him. So I'm glad they're doing him too.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't do nothing stupid, and then what they'll do is they'll probably throw out Tarn again or something, or one of the characters, and that'll be a piece that comes with them. I just hope that's not the case. A figure that's already out, because then I'll, unfortunately have to get it to do that. But
yeah, that was one of the pictures that kind of prompted me to do some wiki reading and kind of just learn a little bit. I thought it looked pretty good.
Yeah. Did you find out who the pet was?
Yeah, I got a little bit of a mini backstory on it. I just really like the photo with with the Tarn figure, which I don't have either. But I'm like, oh, I kind of saw that. And I'm like, looks pretty good.
It does look cool. It looks really cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was actually like a surprise seeing that piece because I wasn't really expecting them to make the pet, you know. So when you see something like that and it looks really good, like Dave said, I don't need it to turn into a robot or anything, but just seeing that they're doing it, I'm like, man, that's nice. I just hope they're not going to charge like $80 for it, you know.
Yeah.
Are they pandering to the TF collectors with these pets? You know, because Transformers people and their dogs and their cats. And, I mean, I don't even have any pets, and I bought Rampage and Felisaber MMC reformatted, even though I didn't get the full Predaking, just because I thought that they would look good as pets for the MP bots.
That's funny. I did the same thing with Felisaber. I bought him for that same reason. I thought he'd be a good pet, like a good look at my fucking cat. Here it anyway. Sorry.
All right. So the MMC stuff is what stood out to you the most. Was there anything else that you saw that maybe you didn't like? That
didn't impress me. A ton of stuff, honestly. Like, anything that they fast forward through on yesterday's show, I was like, thank God, come on, get rid of that shit. Who needs to see this shit? But like, I mean, we briefly spoke about this before, and you guys have touched base on it, but the Thundercon Wars is on, and I just think it's too much. So, you've seen that one company that came out. Russ, I'm gonna let you speak on this, but that one company that came out with that bullshit ass truck looking thing, I was just like, man, just fucking leave it alone, man.
Oh, who was that? Was that Wei Zhang? I forget.
No, it was something. It was a company with something.
New company, some crazy shit.
Yeah, I don't got the name of it, but I saw the picture of that Motor Master. It was just the one that it was just showing you the Motor Master, right? Just the one figure. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it either. But I posted pics of the damn thing too, and I still can't remember the name of it. Embarrassed. Anyway. Oh well.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Brian Brink.
Yeah. What was the question again?
Just basically like your likes, dislikes. From everything that we saw from TFcon weekend. Discussed it last night with the fellas.
So I love Prime. So XT Toys is making like a deluxe version of a G1 Prime, which is just fun. I just love getting them. It's just great. And obviously we have the Fans Toys, Fans Hobby, Power Master Prime. Things that I didn't like. I don't know. I have to think on that again, but perhaps the Ocular Max tapes. I don't know if I'm gonna go for Frenzy and Rumble. They just look kind of big to me. If the final product will determine that, but other than that, the teasers I wasn't too impressed with. Just trying to think of something else that I really didn't care for. What the heck is Generation Toys doing, making a Beast Wars Optimus Primal when like the definitive version of that character is out already? I just thought that was really
that's a great question.
Not to mention it's fucking ass ugly too.
Well, I actually thought it was interesting though that they're going like robotic for both like the beast mode.
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't say it's ugly. It's just really odd. But maybe they're just going after that money for people who are jonesing for that stuff. I mean, shit. What did I just say? I'm gonna buy a deluxe version G1 Prime just because So I guess that's what they're going after.
I was about to say, is that going to be a Prime that you're going to leave out of your collection?
Oh, yeah, I don't collect many primals. In fact, I will be selling mine most likely at JCC next month. But yeah, I mean, I've got, I've got a lot of the versions of him, believe it or not. But I have the original, I guess, Beast Wars version of him with the weird alien mask or whatever, and I think that's good enough. I like that thing. It's pretty cool. But, yeah. All right. Man, I just know that there's something sticking out that I really didn't like, and I just can't think of it at the moment.
Yeah.
We're
gonna try.
I imbibed a few drinks before I got on. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Like if after everybody runs down, like what they liked or disliked, I'm gonna hopefully just try to kind of scroll through the pictures of my gallery and just throw out there anything that we maybe didn't discuss. So, all right.
Hey, quick question for you. To support, one of our brethren in the cool table, how many people are buying that War Within Bumblebee? Moss toys. Anybody in?
No.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I'll probably get it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a whirl here.
Is that the one where it's the Cybertronian mode?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you, I kind of like it, so I might be in on it.
Yeah.
I just like the Cybertronian mode. I think it's cool. So
Yep.
I think it looks fugly.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I don't think it looks horrible, but I would have to see that piece like in person and then kind of like make a judgment then,
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. That's a to be determined on that one. All right, Big Dom, TFcon Toronto. You were almost gonna make it there, and I guess you decided against it last minute. Man, tell us about that.
I backed out. I usually go to the show, but I went last year and the year. I've been going there since like 2005, and I think I missed it 2 times so far.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good show. It's the first time. That's the first Transformers convention I ever been to. It was the TFcon Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually had it in Toronto, because it's not in Toronto actually. It's like an hour away from Toronto, south of Toronto, southwest of Toronto. So, but it used to be in Toronto, like right by the airport. So,
well, technically, TFcon DC is not in DC.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
In fact, if you're somebody, if anybody in Virginia heard you say that, he'd be like, "Don't be insulting us, man." This is not the.
What I liked from the show this weekend, that DX9 Power Glide, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That the masterpiece Power Glide that they're making out, that looks like a good figure.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
They want $80 for that.
$80.
$80 though.
It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's kind of steep, but probably comes out the shitload of accessories. I think it comes with his girlfriend, right? That annoying bitch.
All our female viewers and listeners, direct your hate, man.
Just watch the episode. Just watch the episode.
The whole mailbox goes like, "Fuck you, Dom."
Remember that episode, like Spike, I think, was trying to get in on that, and she's like, "I like Power Glide." And he's like, "Really?"
Spike was all depressed. Oh man.
Spike was trying to cock block on that and shit. Damn.
The MMC and Megatron looks great. I can't wait for that figure too.
I'm so in on it.
I like the fact that it's a triple changer. It gives you both modes, of Megatron himself prior to him becoming Megatron and everything like that. What else did I like? I liked definitely Make Toys. The Seekers are. Can't wait for those to come out.
Oh man,
those Seekers look really, really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was surprised because Spark Toys. I'd never got the Optimus, but when I'm seeing those pictures of the Megatron and the Grimlock, dude, it's like if those things are as close to what they look like, I'm definitely going to go in on that line. Because I didn't pick up the Optimus yet, and it just this amount of people talking so much good about that Optimus Prime, that the Cybertronian mode, and then that Megatron's going to come out and the Grimlock. It looked really good. And, sorry, go Brian.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if people aren't in love with that aesthetic or whatever, the toy itself is quite something to behold. It's really nice.
Yeah.
The way they did this kind of weird application to the tires. It's not rubber, but it's not Plastic. I don't know what it is. It's really strange that, and it's painted well. It's just good stuff.
It's plumber.
Yeah.
The reason why I didn't even go with the Optimus Prime is because I didn't want to see where that, like, the longevity of the line is, where they were going to go. I know they showed pictures of the Megatron and the Grimlock, but now seeing more like actual, figure pictures and everything looking great. I think it's once it comes out, once the Megatron comes out, I'll definitely take a look at it. And if I fall in love with that, I'll definitely get the 2.
Yeah, I actually
go in on the Grimlock.
Yeah, I touched the prototype of that in NJCC like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so they're taking their sweet time with that.
And then disappointment, I think that Octane, I forgot who makes it. The Octane.
Yeah, I think
that
might be DX9
KFC,
also.
yeah.
Oh, was it KFC? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Strato tanker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like it's falling short. The bot mode is good. It's just I think the other 2 modes are just horrible. I think somebody else can do a lot better.
It seems like no one's been able to get that really on the money.
No, didn't think so too.
So.
And then what's the other one that I thought was really good? I can't wait for the Legends, the DX9 Legends for the Dinobots, the next 2, Grimlock, and I know they showed some pictures of that, and that I'm all psyched about completing that Legend set because the other 3 are really good. And then that's about it. Like I thought it was a good show. I was disappointed that Fans Toys didn't have anything to show more than what they already shown us. So it's kind of stupid that they didn't at least.
It's coming, man.
Yeah. I don't know. They might drop a bomb on us in Virginia.
I hope it's not Devastator, but
they didn't see enough Rock T-shirts at the con, so they were just like,
we're
gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
Gotta wait and drop it to Who Counts, man.
I think they're all on vacation. They depleted all the resources on Omega.
Yeah.
No power left.
I mean, they still got a lot of stuff in the hopper, though. I mean, they got Springer, Cup, R.O.C, the Perfect Diffusion stuff, right? And and they did have renders of that hot rod a while back, so I'm sure that's coming.
Yeah.
And
they did show pictures of that as recently as like February or March of this year. I think the hot rods.
I think they dropped them last year, but then it was like right around the same time MP Hot Rod was coming out. But then I think someone else like just decided to start posting them online and got people excited again.
Yeah.
But and then also too, didn't they tease a 6-shot as well? I think, right?
Yeah, we've actually seen I think some renders of that. Yeah. So that's something to look forward to from Fans Toys. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff in the bucket.
Right.
Yeah, I think aren't they coming out with that from that other line that they're doing for the Scoria, but the
the Perfect Fusion.
They showed the Cyclonus,
they showed Cyclonus, they showed the Cyclonus, which I'm excited for. But like I said, I'm just interested in see what kind of quality is under that line, if it's going to be up to their regular quality that they have. Because I think the Perfect Diffusion, I think was because with this Scoria, I think it's just they made it taller, a little bit bigger, to fit along with all the other bots, but they left out the die-cast or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they lowered the price point on that. So do you think like the price point on the Cyclonus might be a little bit lower than what you would expect?
I think so. I think that's where they're gauging to it. But I think the Perfect Fusion part is just more, I guess, cartoon accurate or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what that line is supposed to be gearing towards. Mm-hmm. But I'm on board with that Scoria or whatever they're calling it. But the second Scoria that they're coming out with and under that line and seeing what that's all about.
Yeah, wish we had like a release under that line already, so we could kind of know what to expect. So now we're seeing 2 releases, but nothing's come out yet, so we don't know. But a subdivision of Fans Toys, everybody usually expects quality, so we'll see. All right, Tim, what do you think of TFcon Toronto?
Oh man, there was pretty much stuff, man. I don't know. Favorites probably the oversized Superion, these reshells.
Oh,
they look pretty dope.
That looks pretty interesting. A lot of little remolding. It looks like they did too. Yeah,
pretty much. Very much reshelled, I would say. So that in scale with my Combiner Wars Devastator would be dope. So Autobots, Decepticons, little bit all lined up. That would be pretty cool. yeah, like Dom, I'm all in on the MMC Megatron. I love this Miner and also Autobot.
Yeah.
Accessory stuff, and I at first I was pretty much bummed out about the fusion cannon, but then I saw the other one you can just pack in. Unfortunately, they don't seem to have anything to fill those holes when you don't have anything packed in, and then you have those big holes in the arms. So I don't know if there's something coming up, but I will get that Megatron. This looks ace. I think it will look pretty spot on together with their count effects. I got that too. Yeah, the DX9 Stunticons, I think I pretty much like them a little bit over the XTBs. I told that Russ already, because I think the XTBs are so spot on. They are that blocky. I like the just a tad more stylized approach of DX9. I really much enjoy that teaser they showed. Other thing, just how it turns out that that fans hobby Power Master Optimus Prime. That could be pretty great. I hate the rear on the trailer. That looks horrible. I really hate the rear. But otherwise, that bot mode together, everything, that is spot on. I think from the positives, I think that's pretty much it. I just saw a few pictures of further pieces of the Generations toy robotic animal beast mode line. There were many more coming out. I don't know if they have the license or something like that. I don't think so. But there were concepts of Wheeljack and Rodimus as a lion, and Soundwave was something like a phoenix or something like that. It looked like that. There were pretty cool pieces. I will grab those pictures and show you later. I don't know if you recall that. But just the fact, I think it's pretty cool executed. So I think that's a cool piece. Maybe they complete the line. I don't know. Disappointments. This very strange looking Motor Master from those new company. There was no turning point on the cap to semi. That is very strange. Bot mode could look cool. But otherwise, I'm not pretty much interested in anything of the add-ons. Is nothing for me. The deluxe Bruticus looks pretty great. Curious on that, and also curious on the Wei Zhang Megatron, that Mega Master. I will not get this. I have my MP36, but curious how that will turn out. So I guess that's pretty much from my side. Yeah, I'm pretty much through, I guess.
Thanks for stealing my thunder, motherfucker.
I talk minimal thunder content.
We all know your thunder, Russ.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
You the man. Go ahead.
Jose, I actually forgot one of my disappointments. Dave is one of my major disappointments.
Fucking knew that shit was coming the minute you opened your fucking mouth.
You little clown, I tell you.
So much for tuning up.
David Lenshin in the chat, he says he likes what he sees from May Toys with the new Seekers, but it's going to be tough to break off from the purchase that you already made with like Takara. So he said he would have to see more before he would, swap those out. Let me see who else. He also said the Flames Toys Shogoken Drift looks pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's a officially licensed product from Hasbro, but it doesn't transform and it's a little expensive. And the reports that we were getting was that it was about 6 to 8 inches like tall, like the size of it. So
wow,
pretty pricey piece for the size of what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? But we got to see what they're doing. That piece could be quality. So looking forward to checking that out.
But at 6 to 8 inches, they probably fit in with your collection more than something bigger, right?
Yeah, it definitely would. It definitely would. Yeah.
I'm still not paying that for that fucking $320.
Yeah, you know, it's a glorified action master, but let's see how it turns out. You know, it looks freaking cool. Like I don't think anything else that we've seen like looks as good as that. You know, and that's probably the advantage of a figure that doesn't transform, because aesthetically you could get that robot mode just right.
Absolutely, you could just sculpt your ass off, and ain't got to worry about no engineering in it. You know, so.
And
I got a small add-on to my report. I just found the pictures I meant about this Beast Mode Transformers Fun Generation toy. They used some concept called T-Beast, and they had a Meister, a Jazz that was transforming into a drum roll, a horse. You got Lambor, Sideswipe, that was transforming into some sort of a bull. Then you got Soundwave.
Are you all right, Tim? Like, are you just tired? Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Man, the generations toy, this robotic looking
Tim,
Optimus
Tim,
Prime.
this is a sore subject for Brian. You can't talk Beast Wars with Optimus Prime.
Sideswipe turns into a bull. This is crazy.
But it makes sense because the Lamborghini, you know, the fucking
Lamborghini
bull
has
on
a
the fucking symbol. So
and finally, Power Glide transformed in something that looks like a pigeon. I don't know.
It's a pigeon. So
I will share this around, but that's I just found that I thought I'd pick it.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt.
Hey, by the way, that Motormaster that we've been talking about is made by Rising Force.
Rising Force.
Okay. Yep. You know what? Looking at the pictures, that's just at a glance. It's not like a colored prototype, but like the bot mode, honestly, to me, doesn't look horrible.
No.
Doesn't look bad, and the truck mode actually doesn't look too bad either. But you know, it's just overload. You know what I'm saying? Transformissions, X-Transbots, this company, and what's the other one? DX9 doing them too?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I guess it's a great time to be a fan. We got choices.
Wait a minute. Sure. We got the Devastator Wars. We've had the Bruticus War. Come on now. This is a group that hasn't had any love, in my opinion, for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you know what, fucking bring them all on. I don't give a shit. Just do it now. I'm ready.
Yeah, I think it's cool, but it's just incredible how like all these companies just do it at the same time. Like, you know, like not a year apart from each other. Like, you know, you start seeing pictures, everything starts dropping like at the same time. It's just crazy. They're all competing.
Shout out to Options.
I don't know why they're doing it. Combined Wars Master is like perfect, dude. Jesus.
Okay, no, but Dom, seriously, I will say this. I like those figures separate. Like
yes,
I think they're great figures that Hasbro did, and you know, and they're all in their separate modes. It's just that combined mode is shit. I don't know.
Yeah. And they give you a fifth. They give you the fifth Stunticon as well, or the sixth. Pardon me.
Exactly. You know, and then the little twerp. What's his name? Blackjack or whatever, if you want to count him. But you know. Yeah, but you know, they are cool separated. You know,
So for people who are jonesing for MP style Stunticons, are they gonna go the full price with the X9, or are they gonna go $40 with X-Transbots? I'm just kind of curious how that's gonna play.
No, I doubt that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think what X-Transbots is doing is just I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's like a goodwill gesture. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows that their products haven't been up to par, like QC wise. So they're like, you know what? We're gonna give this shit away. You know what I'm saying? Buy it, and if it's good quality, then you know that's just gonna bring you on board with what they're selling. You know, like I'm gonna tell you right now, I never bought their shit. I bought Apollyon, and I was pretty disappointed because for a $160 figure, I don't think you should have to unscrew anything and replace the shoulder joints or anything like that. Like, I had to do that with mine. So that was like a one and done with me. I was like, I'm out, until they get better. Because with every release, every review was like, it looks good, but it's not made well. So I'm hoping they hit a home run with these things. For $40, I'm fucking in.
So what's the over under on their Motormaster being $240?
To make up for the yeah,
That's how they're
awesome.
gonna make up.
Like, yeah, we gave you all the rest at 40. Come on, man. All the stuff we did. Come on.
You gotta give us something.
You know,
Awesome.
Perfect Effect will make an add-on kit for Combiner Wars Motormaster to put your X-Transbots limbs on. That's what'll happen.
Oh, God. Yeah,
Well, Russ, you're the biggest fan of like the Stunticons and stuff, and you're the biggest advocate for that. So, what do you think about what you saw at TFcon this weekend, and and the Stunticon Wars in general? What do you think?
X-Transbots is I think, I mean, aesthetically, of course, they always hit out the ball. They always hit out the ballpark.
They do. Yep.
Now we just have to worry about the QC problems. But you know what? At $40 a pop, I don't give a shit. It can be bad QC. I'll glue that fucker together. I don't care. As long as that bitch holds up, I'll be fine. And I'm kind of curious to see what DX9 comes out with. It'll be fun to see that. And hey, come on, maybe some more companies get in on it. Let's do it. Everyone do Minosaur. Let's do it. Come on, shit. I'm in, man. It's really fun to see a lot of love some love given to in my opinion, one of the best combiner groups. I mean, they were so much fun in G1. How could you not appreciate them? Remember when Megatron was getting his ass kicked by Starscream and Bruticus and all that? And he's like, and Soundwave calls the Stunticons, and they're like, "Yo, tell Megatron to blow it out his tailpipe." Come on, any group that'll tell Megatron to fuck off, we're busy. I love that, dude. That's really cool. And, I mean, they're such a fun group, and I'm happy to see them getting some attention. I really am. Hopefully, the companies that are doing it do it justice. I really like the X-Transbots. They look so good.
Yeah, they do. They definitely hit those tune tickles. Like those things look like they jumped right out of the screen.
Me and Eddie had this big debate about it, and I know he was on the transformation ones. He was all, doesn't hit me, and I'm like, I don't mind stuff that's not G1 accurate, okay, but it doesn't mean I don't appreciate G1 accuracy.
Right.
And that. The Stunticons are a group that, to me, looked great in the G1 version of them. I know some people are poo-pooing on the Minosaur and saying it looks like shit. And I'm like, man, shut up. It's an awesome look, man. He looks so. That's part of the charm of it. He looks G1 shitty. It's great.
So you're definitely planning on dipping your toe like in each line. Like you're gonna check out the X9. You're gonna check out X-Transbots.
Yeah, I mean, I've already got the first one for X-Transbots on pre-order. I'll get that to check it out and see how the quality is and everything. And I guess I'm assuming DX9 is going to put breakdown out first as well because that's the one they showed. So I might, maybe I get a hold of DX9 and check that out too.
Hey Russ.
Yeah.
So considering all the X-Transbots offerings that are coming, how's Anna doing on increasing your budget?
Well. Anna's she's only going to increase it because she's got a figure that's not coming out that she's interested in, and that's the Make Toy Starscream. So she's so I got to make some wheeling and dealing. It's like, hey, you get that if I get this.
I could see it. I could see Russ and Anna at a restaurant, and Russ putting the number of his budget on a napkin and sliding it over. And she's like crossing it out and putting a 0 and sliding it back.
That's great.
And then Russ is like, "Can I still have the cheese fries?"
Well, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Awesome. Man. Dom, that's how I proposed to her. That's
how shout out to BZ Fresh in the chat. He said he's still in for the transform missions. He likes how the squad looks together, but he may try out the DX9 and X-Transbots depending on the reviews. So,
hey, you know what? That's another thing. Let's not put them out of the. I mean, they look good.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned about the combined mode. I've been hearing, and of course, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. It was Robert D. It's be easy. Mm-hmm. We don't know if he was putting something together right or not. But I'm just saying, but he. I mean, I don't know. I want to see some other reviews of it or something. I want to see other people, take a look at it before I commit any further into it.
Yeah.
Because if that combined mode isn't hitting, dude, you're screwed. That's the main mode you have to hit.
Yeah,
yeah, it's got like one job to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that is where XTV is working it good, because they are pretty much, yeah, let's call it specialist in transforming around stuff. When I think about the transformation of Alagos, when you close up that lower leg, it's all moving around stuff. And I think Manazor from XTV looks like the lower bots are kind of folding around Motormaster's leg. So I think it could work. Oh, plastic quality is also no problem by XTV. I just broke 2 small things on my Eligos due to stupidity, but nothing else.
Tim, good for you. I mean, people would blame that on them. No.
That's why I haven't transformed my Eligos ever.
Yeah.
No, but the canopy piece, the problems guys had, I didn't have whatsoever. You had a seam. This is a must-break piece. When you put on the seam, when you want to peg it in, and you put on that seam, it will break. It's just logic. You don't put on. It
will break, no matter what. It's gonna break.
That is the thing. That is from my profession. This is a must-break point. It will break, no matter.
I can just picture Tim, the Transformers figure, and he does like the Drago voice. It's like, I will break you.
He dies.
If it breaks, it breaks.
And you know what? The thing, I think I only saw one thing that disappointed me. And I mean, some people might think this is cool, but I'm like, why? Was that add-on kit that company was making for, I guess it can turn Striker Manus, make Striker Manus able to combine with the Combiner Wars.
That was the best of the show. What are you talking about?
I like that, man. I like that. I like when they do shit like that.
I thought that was kind of cool, actually.
You cannot configure the quality of that and put it near that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It's like putting a pile of shit next to roses. We can't even do it. This doesn't work. You don't do that.
It's putting shit on a gold bar.
Exactly. and let alone combine them together? Are you kidding me? Oh man, I was like, why would you do that? But so I'm sure there'll be some people that are like, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna Striker Manus, son.
I think it's a pretty cool concept if they can make it look good, because I felt like the picture that they had, it wasn't like a good look. Like I felt the image wasn't high resolution, so I want to see more pictures.
Jose's getting it. Jose's getting it. It's gonna be on the pizza table of NJCC.
Yeah. Dude, I got fucking every Combiner Wars fucking limb, so I might be in on that.
I want a better body. Go ahead.
Jose, what limbs would you use?
I don't know. I'd mix and match. Probably the aerial bots.
Yeah, I think I would do Striker Noir with all air raids. I think this would be all black Combiner.
I can't even envision my Striker Noir being in such a horrible position. I'd have to apologize to an inanimate object. I'm sorry for doing that to you. I'm sorry.
Ross is saying that filth is not going to touch my Striker Noir.
Yeah, that's probably become my prize figure in my collection. I love it so goddamn much.
It's a dope piece.
Yes,
it's a dope piece.
Yeah, there's no way I could let Combiner Wars near it. Anyway.
Yo, Russ, I was just gonna say, what's cool about them having different options, if you're, a Stunacon fan, you could always get one for combine mode and then have the other ones in bot mode. So,
that is a really good point.
We're just going to have to wait to see which one is the best one in combine mode and then rock out that way. Hopefully it's not the same one that the bot modes are the great. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, that was sorry.
We do have to keep in mind too that these are just renders that we like. Not even render. It's not even a render. It's like an artwork. It looks like for the X-Trans bots. So, I mean, there could be some changes. They could change some things too. So, I mean, I'm hoping they don't, but you never know. Yeah. When it does come out, there could be some things that look a little different. So I don't want to get too excited either. I was trying to hold back my excitement, but there could be some changes. Yeah.
Well, I'm interested in seeing more of that, man, especially for $40 a pop. Yeah,
definitely.
And by the way, they're sticking it to the KO company. Let's be real here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know the whole story of the drama, and this is their way of saying, F you. We're gonna screw you over on this.
I hope more companies take that philosophy.
Yeah, me too, because it's always good for us, right?
Yes, exactly. The less we pay, the better.
Hell yeah. Go Zeta. All right.
All right. G Money, TFcon Toronto, highlights, disappointments. Let us know.
Yeah, so I think the thing I'm most excited for, I'm also pumped, Russ, like your wife, for that Make Toys Starscream.
Oh man,
like I'm pretty fortunate because I haven't gone in any Seekers. The only one I've ever owned was the original, like kind of green Starscream, you know, like back in the day, like that first
Acid
one.
Storm.
Yeah. Was it Acid Storm?
No, it wasn't Acid Storm. It was the that green screen that they've done the KOs of now. That's like a gray.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. Like the very first mold when it came out.
Yeah, it got like a different shade to like the plastic.
It's like a grayish green with kind of like a blue. It came out like right at the same time as like when MPO4 came out with the trailer. Like right on there, probably like 06, 07. And that thing, I had it, you know, I didn't love it. It took a shelf dive and like both of the hands shattered into a million pieces and stuff. So I don't have it anymore.
Shattered hands.
But the that Starscream like is kind of embodies what I always pictured for me of the, you know, masterpiece and kind of slightly stylized, or, you know, what young Gary would envision as a kid, you know, the ultimate character kind of looking like. And I don't know why I love that canopy, the way they showed it, at least with the gold instead of the clear. So that was pretty cool. So I'm pretty psyched for that. So if that's good, I think I'll be able to do all three eventually when they do them, which was pretty cool.
Dude, I envy you, the fact that you don't have any Seekers yet.
Because
Make Toys teased that how long ago? It was a long time ago. It was back when they teased Despotron, and I got tired of waiting, and then BB7 came, and I was just like, thanks, boys, because I just completed all my Seekers.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth, you know, on a few, especially like with the BB7 and some of the other stuff that's out there now. And then like when Toy World did their cone heads, you know, I was kind of tempted for a little bit there. I just never got around to them. So I think hopefully it worked out for me.
Yeah, I think it worked out for you. I think you're going to be all right.
It's a lot of work. I think one of the other ones is the Perfect Fusion. We talked about the Cyclonus. It's just another character I've always liked. So having an option, the Elagos just looks a little too big to me, I guess, what I always pictured, regardless of how he was drawn, you know, in different episodes. So I think that'll be pretty cool. And then it's just funny. So like I said, I don't think I have too much on the shelves that's not MP scale right now. But that Toronto repaint looks awesome. Like that color like sold me too. I was pretty psyched for that for the hot rod we were talking about.
Oh yeah, the Asterisk mode. Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah,
anybody listening, you selling it? Hit me up.
Yep.
Yeah, those are his current Lost Light colors in the comic book and stuff. So.
Yeah, it just looked good. It's funny how sometimes like you don't have to have a personal connection and you see something and it kind of just, you know, for some reason stands out to you. So I really like that one. And then I guess disappointment wise, I really wanted to like the Rumble and Frenzy, you know, the big cassettes. And, you know, part of me was thinking I have to buy these stupid birds so that, you know, they continue and finish, you know, right? So they get to them. And just what I saw, I was like, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Some of the, you know, graphics made them look good. And then some of the other like renders, I guess, or the molds didn't look quite as impressive to me. You know, the scale, like you said, Brian, looked a little bit off. And then, honestly, I mentioned before, I'm not a completist, but the freaking these dinosaurs, the whatchamacallit, the Gigapower had like nothing, and I was hoping they would at least show like their version of a sludge or something, maybe, you know, something more. And they just showed the same two figures that have been out for 2 years. So
I was my heart went out actually to Gigapower collectors a little bit when I saw that, because I know that they've been waiting a while.
And it makes me angry because I really like their slag, right? I think I mentioned I've got both versions now, and I took the extra parts and made the chrome one look the way I pictured it in my head. And I like the toy. But he's kind of all by himself, you know, for me as far as that goes. So that was just kind of a shame.
Which ones do they have left?
Tom, what are you laughing at?
Your heart goes out?
My heart goes out. Dude, I'm not a cold-hearted person.
Sure. Well, which ones are they still remaining left to do?
Oh, dude, they're gonna do like 3 of them. They've only done 2. They've only knocked out 2 in like 3.5 years, 4 years. I think they've got 2.
Dude, I tell you what they should do right now is start making the like other dinosaurs, like the paddles and the whatevers, right? Because dude, I buy those. Dude, I'd do a whole shelf of MP-sized dinosaurs, like Transformers. That'd be crazy. You know, of like a brontosaurus or not a brontosaurus, excuse me, a brachiosaurus and whatever else is out there.
Yeah, I thought the fact that I think the only picture I was able to see was just the same 2 figures that are are old news, like by a long shot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that is disappointing, especially for how long it's been, and for them to only produce those 2 figures. It's for fans of that company, it is heartbreak.
Yeah, it goes back to what we were talking about, I think, once before too, which is it's kind of the gamble that you take sometimes, where when you want to complete, if you do want the whole team of a certain group, that that's why people sometimes wait, because they don't want to get stuck with just a couple. It's just a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right though about that. That is one of the gambles, especially with third-party companies. But with Hasbro as well too, even official. Sometimes they'll put something out and you won't get the rest of the team. It does happen. And with third-party, it really is spooky because hell, I was getting nervous on combiners. If I buy on them, are they going to finish it up? Or are they just going, that's all we can do?
Exactly. That's true.
So I can understand that.
But it happens with mainstream stuff too. We talked, Thundercats, right? Classic example. Freaking Mattel does 6 figures, and they can't even do like the core cast, right?
Now my heart, literally.
I'm telling you, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating.
It was sad.
My friend, you need to do a rant video, my friend. It's good. It's therapeutic. Trust me. It's good.
Yeah, MP Collector in the chat says Brink has much love in him for his fellow collector, like the Lorax.
That's awesome, dude.
I don't believe that.
Shout out to Dust Mites. He says he's in for the MP Seekers. My bad, Tim. My bad. Go ahead.
All good. I don't believe that one bit. Brian just called me a bum.
Sorry, the buzz is wearing off. Now I'm getting all mushy. Sorry.
You're saying it's wearing off. I was like, yeah, you got to watch out after he has a few drinks in him. The love really comes out.
Brian's a hugger.
That's right.
I'll hug you, Brian.
Yo, what's up, JD? What's happening?
What's up?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Sorry I'm late, guys.
No problem, man. No problem. We're discussing TFcon Toronto from the weekend. What are your highlights and disappointments from what you saw?
Boy. I would, I'm excited about the Seekers. Definitely, well, boy, I'm really on the spot. DX9, I'm pretty excited that they kind of dropped the Stunticons, their renditions of it. But I'll be going for both.
Yeah, man, I don't blame you.
I'm balls deep in the transformation already. So, and then having the G1 counterparts, so you can have a combined mode and whatever bot modes.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, actually.
Are you gonna do X Transbots too, or no?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you're all in.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like how for whatever reason Keith lowered the price. I think it was because they that knockoff company released, they're putting them out. So he's just like, you know what, fuck you. I'm gonna beat you at your game, and I'm gonna put them out cheaper than you're gonna make them.
Yeah,
I think that was the whole point of that.
Yeah, we kind of touched on that, saying like how we're kind of at the advantage of that, being that the figures are going to cost less for us,
Yep.
So hopefully they don't sacrifice quality.
I have another question about those Stunticons. Do you think KFC will put out upgrade hands for the X-Transbot Stomachons?
I sure the fuck hope not.
You know, KFC needs to keep their fucking hands to themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
But, yeah, I don't know. Disappointing was the what was it? The Rising whatever
Storm.
Yeah, Rising Storm. They ain't rising nothing. I ain't getting no fucking nerd boner over here over that shit.
He said, "Not shit rose." I know. Love it. I love it.
Hey, I just also looked that up on TFW 2005. They already announced this 2015, and the cap and the bottle was completely different. They totally rehauled it. He had a backpack with 4 wheels. Looked horrible. The truck looked ace, but everything else looked shit.
Well, there you go. That's why they revamped it, because it's.
Wait. There were previous announcements of that.
Yeah, on TFW.
Are you sure it wasn't the Bold Forms one? Because that thing looked pretty terrible in car mode.
Hey, don't tell Nick Brammer that shit.
Yeah, shut up, Nick.
Shout out to Massive.
Indeed. That was his bot, buddy. Let me tell you.
You almost 1,000 shares, Bold Forms.
For sure. He might have been one of like 5 people to buy one. It was great.
Yeah, I thought they showed a lot of interesting stuff at the show. Not really too much like to be disappointed in. Like I don't really like get disappointed in much of anything, you know. But I just kind of disappointed that we didn't really get to see too much new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like a few of us said on the panel. So I think they're just kind of holding back for TFcon DC, and hopefully they unload the big guns.
That's what I'm
there.
hoping.
But I was kind of surprised to see that KO Combiner Wars Superion, because that was kind of like one of the first pictures we saw. We were scrambling like, what is that, Zeta Toys? Is that Unique Toys? Different stuff was coming out about that, and when we actually saw it, I'm like, that kind of looks like Combiner Wars. So just interesting that they're kind of, you know, still doing that, and that there's a market for that. The Celatran 1, pretty interesting, MP scale.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? For some, like the people that like to have the dials, I think that's pretty cool.
Is it the same company that was trying to do it before, or is this a different company?
I think it is, isn't it? It's like X2 Toys. Is it them?
Yeah. I think there's 2 companies making it.
Or is it 2?
There's 2 different ones.
I think you're right.
X2 Toys and Crashbox Customs, I think.
That's a Crashbox.
It's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit.
On the spot.
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. You know, I also like the Planet X Megatron that they showed.
Oh, I forgot about that.
They're still going down that Fall of Cybertron road, you know. So they showed that. I think did they show another figure? I think there was like one more that they showed. I think it was supposed to be their Ultra Magnus as well.
Yes.
From that line, you know what I'm saying? So pretty interesting. Like I'm kind of glad that they found their lane. You know what I'm saying? They're doing what they do. They're sticking with it. You know, obviously they must be successful if they keep putting out releases. So, but that Megatron looked pretty dope. I always kind of dug that design from the video game.
Hey, for those of you familiar with the game, the Ultra Magnus that they showed, is that game accurate, or is that something they came up with on their own?
I'm pretty sure it's a game.
I think it is too, you know what I'm saying? Because the Ultra Magnus in that game doesn't look like our Ultra Magnus, like what we're used to.
Okay.
It does look a little bit different.
Because it looked like the regular Prime mold with like armor. So I thought that was really interesting. Did he have like a trailer in the game that was no? Okay, I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, he wasn't a playable character or anything like that, but you could use his skin if you played like a multiplayer.
Okay.
But he was basically like a Prime, like basically kind of like had that same look, like he said, with the extra armor.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you remember the Hasbro, all they did was give us a blue one, right? So
yeah, they cheaped out. You know. I also dug the getting to see the combined form of Road Caesar from TFC. You know, we got to see,
yeah.
you know, we got the one release already. We got some photos of the red car. I don't know their names. I think that's Red Knight. And then we got to see the prototype for, I think it's a dune buggy. It looks like the alt mode is.
Yeah.
Those little, all off-road vehicles, you know. So I thought the pictures that they had of the combined mode looked pretty dope. So I'm not in on TFC stuff, but I think that's a pretty safe investment since it's only 3 characters. And you get a combiner, you know. So if it turns out anything like the TFcon combiner that they did, which I've heard that it's pretty good, I'll check this piece out. And that's pretty much it. I thought the perfect fusion Cyclonus, like you guys mentioned, pretty dope. The hot rod asterisk mode, you know, from reformatted, pretty dope. You know, it's nice to see that they're doing all these Legends figures, the Sideswipe and the Sunstreaker. We're getting the Bruticus. You know what I'm saying? It's all cool stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we got to see some stuff. We didn't get to see like a ton of new things. A lot of the photos that they had, I felt were stuff that we already got to see at the last TFcon. So I'm hoping TFcon DC, they blow it up. Yep. Yeah.
They're gonna drop a pipe bomb on us, man. You know, just wait. They got us all sweating right now. All of a sudden, boom! Look what we got. What we're doing. Devastator. Yeah, anyway.
Fuck that. I'll walk out. I'll be like, I quit. That's it.
Hey,
Fuck that. What if they jumped into something on War? Sorry. I mean, what if they did it? Yeah. Dance toys, hoes.
Dance toys.
Dance toys.
I think eventually they might get to all of that stuff, you know, like, you know, they're doing what they're doing. They're giving us Summer Season 3. They're giving us, you know, Chi 1, Season 1 and 2. Like, you know, they're going back and forth. So I think that's a possibility. You know, and now with what they did last year, you know, they dropped that bomb and they showed us Omega Supreme. You know, like if Dom, you know, is right and they show us Devastator, you know, now you're just setting like a precedent. Like every TFcon, we're going to like expect something big now. You know?
I got a question for the group. Do you think the individuals who are making Menastor, like X-Transbot and DX9, you think they're missing out not making the same size as you know, the Devastator from Toy World?
Yeah.
No.
Like, you know, do you think it's a good move, a bad move that they're not making the same size, or a good move that they're not making the same size?
I think they should be going with that size now.
Yeah.
So if they go smaller, it's just I don't know. I feel like Toy World set the precedent.
I think they are going to be smaller than the Devastator.
Even that DX9 one?
I don't know yet about the DX9. But
I have to rewatch last night's show. I thought we did all the conversions, and like something came up to 20 inches, if I remember correctly.
I think it came up like right under, like at 19, so
Yeah,
it wouldn't be that serious, you know.
5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think Devastator should be the biggest of them all.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course, yeah, I agree.
See, I've always felt that way too.
Yeah. So I'm okay with them being, you know, whatever, an inch
A tad
shorter.
the inch or two shorter.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, again, scale is always, you know, how you perceive it, how I perceive it.
But
You know,
there are some collectors out there, some fanboys
Oh,
out there
I know.
that believe that those combiners were all the same height.
well, behind the cartoon, sometimes they look like it. You know? But then other times, there's probably some shots in some cells in the cartoon where they're not. You know, so I don't know.
I felt like in the cartoon they were all pretty much like, especially those G1 combiners, like the season 1, season 2. I felt like they all looked the same, like when you saw them lined up. You know?
I mean, talking size in G1, Ultra Magnus holding Scrapper and I think Longhole. I mean, size.
Of course, you know, scale is negligible.
Thanks,
one episode in season 3 when
Way
it's
to blow it up.
Was it Broadside? Wasn't Broadside huge?
yeah.
That's interesting though, Dom. I do wonder if there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be salty about that. You know,
Yeah, because everybody fell in love with that constructor, and that size is defining the new scale of combiners. And I just feel like if you were a third party company putting out a Menasor or even a Defensor, the next Defensor, the next Menasor, whatever the case may be, would it be in a smart move to keep it the same size as the constructor?
What if their next combiner is their own Devastator and they make it the same size as Menosaur.
I'm out.
That's rabbit hole.
Yeah, I think once Fans Toys attempts a combiner, and if it is Devastator, then I think that's what's gonna probably set the new tone. But I think like for it to look right, it has to be in the ballpark of Constructor.
Yeah. And the thing with Fans Toys, even Devastator now is they put out Omega Supreme, right? And as far as we know, that DX9 one is pretty much the same size as that one, right? Isn't it? I think
so. I think it's a little bit different, but I don't think it's much.
So now you're the Nemesis is Devastator, and you're going to need him to be in the right scale with Omega Supreme. So right now, Toy World's the one that's closest to it. So I just find that interesting too.
And the G1 cartoon were they about the same height?
No, Omega was taller.
Yeah, okay, so Omega was taller. So you need Devastator to be a bit smaller then.
I just clearly saw it. Think about DX9 or if Fans Toys is doing their Devastator, and with every Constructicon, you get an actual piece of the Robo Smasher to put up the fight with Omega Supreme with Robo Smasher on top of Omega's head. That would be that would be a cool fan service, I guess.
Look at Tim coming up with some kind of crazy ideas. I love it. He's such a crazy little
Get him on the
German.
payroll. Get him on the
I tell you, man, the way that Omega parts forms, it would have been funny if they came out with a Devastator with a Build-A-Figure for their Omega. That would.
Oh my god.
That shit is crazy though. How it when you watch the transformation, it's like this is insane. How it's gonna become this giant fucking robot.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Oh my god, I think it's cool. But
I was gonna say that you also got to think about Toy World has kind of reset the scale chart. That they're on their own thing. You look at their Seekers and. Yeah, they're taller. Their prime is taller, so they kind of set their own scale, so to speak.
Yeah,
so the Devastator might fall into that category. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but old Coolio here, he's MP car size.
Okay.
You gotta figure that shit out, man. What happened with the instructions? Like the instructions are no good.
Instructions are for punks.
That's the extended cab mode. Come on.
It's the crew cab Porsche, right?
Porsche there.
You bring your pit crew with you along Victory Lane.
They got a place to crash too.
Brian, you've been fussing with it the whole show?
No, that was last night. Dude, last night I was on Hangout. God, man, when did I finally hang up?
You got off around 12 something.
No, I think it was 1.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Maybe it was 12.
Fiddling the whole time.
So
man, I gotta get off.
So predictions for TFcon. What is it? Washington D.C. What do you guys think is going to be the bomb in that, if there is? Because I guess this showing was not the greatest ever, so it's only anticipating that they might be revealing a lot more in come September. So, what do you think might be the biggest bomb?
I'm gonna make a prediction.
You go.
What's the
Dave.
prediction, Dave?
I have to say it because I
think, wait, Dave, you want to rub my belly first for Dave? Do you want to make that prediction?
Yo, if you put your fucking stomach to the screen, I'll do it.
No.
lose like 10 people.
Come on.
Okay, you can do it.
I say that we're finally gonna see somebody pull a cliff jumper out of the box.
There you go.
MP cliff jumper besides the Ace toys that whatever that thing is, but.
Well, did XTB put something in their thing this year?
Well, there's been a picture on all the boxes of one, right? Like
right.
the car
did they
mode.
put it in the panel? I don't even remember now.
I don't think they did.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a cliff jumper, do you want like the super deformed, or do you want the
I want
actual Porsche?
I want it to be like as close to G1 as it can be.
Then super deformed. Then.
Yeah, super deformed.
Got like squished.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's what I want to.
So close jumper. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think maybe that Fans Hobby will show us some type of render of that G2 Megatron that they teased on their Facebook a few weeks ago, where they just did the purple and green color.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool for them to, because they're finishing their Monster Bot soon, and they did the G2 Prime recently, so I think they got to show us something with that tank.
Dude, you know how Fans Hobby's G2 Prime is like pretty much exactly like the old figure, right? The way it transforms and everything. I'm hoping for this Megatron that don't do that. Like they introduce,
Right.
Because it was like a 5-stepper, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's really simple.
I mean, I hope they introduce something to like make the legs not as wide and stuff. I'm just curious what they do there.
I remember having that back in the day. I think that was actually one of the first Transformers I bought with like my own money.
And it was huge, remember?
Yeah.
So you guys who play with G1
like
toys, like you know how Blaster was bigger than everybody? That's what Megatron was. He was just huge.
Good memories, man. Good memories. All right. With that, we'll start wrapping up, and of course, we always continue unbroadcasted into the wee hours of the morning. I'm gonna shout out everybody in the chat. We'll do some outros. And but good chatting, man. TFcon, lots of good reveals. Looking forward for more.
Definitely.
First up, we got Chat Wingingham in the house, back on his feet. Glad to have you back, brother. Laura Kelly was up in there. Just one. Beefy Fresh.
Just
Sunday Heat.
Let's go.
Just watch Under the Realm last night for that one, guys. Beezy Fresh, Sunday Heat, EE Prime, Dust Mites up in the chat. What's up? Knight of Ren, Lionel Medina, David Lenshin, Lord Shadowkeeper. What's up, brother? Anthony Burr, Toddzilla, The Vendetta, Brink of Prime. Brink, is that you?
That's
new
me.
name? Okay.
No, it's just
I was like, that can't be anybody else.
I started that years ago. Well, a year ago. You know, like you're new to the fandom, right? And you have what do you call it? Delusions of grandeur. It's like, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and blah blah blah. Well, that never happened.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know what you mean.
All right, we had Retro Now, Samuel Mead, KJ Smith, MP Collector, and Masterpiece Shit Piece all up in the chat tonight. So thanks, guys. Thanks for popping in, chopping it up with everybody. We really, really appreciate it. And running down the line, first up, the Analyzer. Tell us where you're at.
Brian Brink in the Facebook groups, Brinkalizer on Instagram, and run into the bathroom as soon as we stop recording.
I need another drink too. I'm with you there. All right, Energon Addict.
Yo. Catch me on Instagram, Energon_addict, taking pictures of my toys because I have nowhere else to show them.
Oh, and dude, by the way, your pics, you're up in your game, bro. You're up in your game. Taking real nice pictures, dude.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying, J. Ruse doesn't notice me, but we'll see one day.
Yo, do you just use your phone?
Yeah, I use my phone. Yep.
All right.
I got that the Galaxy 8, so my pictures look a little different than they did like 6 months ago. So
super crisp, that camera. Yep.
And catch me here Tuesdays hanging out with these guys. Catch me at TFcon. So hopefully you guys will all be at TFcon so we could all enjoy this wonderful whatever this is, this talk, banter, this love together. But yeah,
personal.
Come through.
Free crotch hugs for everybody. Dave's giving them out.
Oh man, thanks for popping in, bro.
No doubt.
All right, next up, Big Dom.
What's up, guys? You can find me on Facebook at Dominic Grasso, and in Dave's front lawn, hanging out with his turtle lawn gnomes. Just chilling out with the turtles. Come on, Dave, put them out there.
Bro, I'll fucking shoot your ass and say I thought I saw a bear. I swear there's a fucking bear in fucking Long Island, bro.
Yo. He's a New Yorker, man. Be careful.
Exactly. Yes.
He's from Long Island. He's not a New Yorker.
He's a real New Yorker.
Come on. If you lived in the Bronx, maybe.
Yo, that's funny. My mom would say the same shit.
Right. All right. Next up, G Money.
Hey guys, yeah, Gary Allen in the Facebook groups, and you'll catch me here on Tuesdays hanging out with this crew. Happy
Awesome,
to be
man.
here. Yeah.
Thanks for popping in, brother. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
All right, JD.
JD Brocious in the Facebook groups and Pigment Surgery, Instagram, and Xbox Live.
Sweet. Next up, Rustamus.
Hey, what's up, guys? Find me on Facebook, YouTube, because I like to throw a video. I haven't thrown a video of it over a week though. Guys, my YouTube channels, I get lazy.
I'm waiting for the next rant, bro.
I need to do something really nasty. I just got pissed off about something. I don't know. I'm waiting for it. It'll come. And Instagram and Twitter. I do all of that shit. And I like being here on Tuesday nights with my compadres here. Yes. And I also like to hang out on a show on Saturday nights. Plastic Fanatics. I'm sure he's gonna give it a promo because fucking
no doubt.
Jose's awesome.
That's the only show to watch on Saturdays.
Damn
right. All right. Next up, Tim.
Yo, what's happening? You can find me in the Facebook groups, Tim K. On Facebook at Figure Photography Crate, and the same on Instagram at Figure Photography Crate, and once in a while also with these gentlemen. Thanks for having me.
Always, Tim. It's awesome, dude.
Anytime,
Thanks.
Brother. Thanks for staying up late, bro.
Yeah.
Man, you're
Late,
man.
early.
Thanks.
Thanks for staying up early, Tim.
In the future.
And as for myself, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at HarricanBX, like it says right there below. And here every Tuesday with the rest of these gentlemen hosting the R.O.C. Hangout, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Tuesday night. Before we head out, guys, remember to check out www.realmofcollectors.com, your one-spot stop for everything R.O.C. We're our Facebook group, Realm of Collectors. You can find us on Instagram at Realm of Collectors and also on Twitter at Enter the ROC. Also, guys, please remember to check out the Cool Table on Facebook. It's a network for like-minded podcasts, including our flagship show, Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Plastic Fanatics, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Figure Banging, Beer and Vultures 40K, 8 Weeks, Stasis Lock, and a whole lot more. Once again, you could check out the Cool Table on Facebook to check out all those other podcasts within our network. And with that, guys, thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for everybody that's listening. We are the ROC. We're not going anywhere, so please get to know us. Shout out to the Rock Ambassador, Tommy Barricade. We'll see you next week, guys.
Love you,
Love
Tommy.
awesome.
Later, everybody.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Shout out to that dude.